Hey guys, this is Bharadwaj with PhoneArena.com reporting live from the Mobile World Congress show floor, and we are here at the Sony booth taking a first look at the Sony Xperia M4 Aqua, announced at day one of Mobile World Congress, and this is a mid-range phone with renewed focus as per Sony. So what that renewed focus means, we will take a look in this video. So the Xperia M4 Aqua ironically is a watered down version of the Z3, which is evident by its design. You can take a look at the sides here. This is the fresh coral color variant, and the design is exactly similar, in fact exactly the same as the Z3. The buttons, the layout of the buttons, the power button, you even have a camera button, and then you have the very similar design. The speakers are moved to the bottom. Yes, they are not front facing speakers, but these are all cutting down of costs with the same design and with some of the advantages of the Xperia Z3. You can see now that the USB slot, the micro USB slot, is completely in the open, thankfully, and is completely waterproof. This is a waterproof phone and has the same rating as the Z3. But yes, finally the USB slot is open. You don't have the hassle of opening the flap and charging the device. And moving to the back, you can see that this also has a glass back. Despite the plastic sides, this feels really premium, and the design looks absolutely fantastic, especially in this color. But we did note that the glass is a bit of a fingerprint magnet, which is so sad, and Sony might need to add their infamous screen protector for this, because otherwise it could be a very disastrous experience, I would say. But again, yeah, going to the back, you have NFC, and then you have a 13 megapixel camera unit with an XMOR RS sensor, and it can go up to ISO 3200. So remember, this is a mid-range phone, so they have added some capabilities from the Z3 to this phone. Moving to the front, you can see the software it's running is Android 5.0 Lollipop. There is a 5 megapixel front-facing camera for selfies. There is apparently a 88-degree wide-angle lens there, and should be decent for selfies. And yes, regarding the software, it's now the Lollipop version of the Xperia UI, which is actually pretty neat. It's not heavily skinned. You can see that from the lock screen. It's exactly the same as the Nexus 6 lock screen. And then you have the UI there. The app list used to be cards for the Xperia UI, but now they have changed back to the normal one, which is funny because the Lollipop stock UI has a card view for the app list. That's weird. So the buttons have slightly changed, the nav bar buttons, and otherwise this is pretty much a very fast version of the UI. Usually Xperia UIs are light. They have been light for a long time, and they have been good. So this is a very much needed improvement in terms of Lollipop. And otherwise, powering under the hood is the Snapdragon 615 octa-core processor. So this is the first 64-bit capable phone from Sony. The Z3 is not, but this is. And going to the about page, you can see that the model number is 82303 and MSM 8939 is the chipset. Android version is naturally 5.0 Lollipop. It also has 2 gigabytes of RAM and is pretty fast in our initial usage. But of course, time will tell if this phone is good or not. When it comes to the camera, the 13 megapixel camera unit has pretty decent capabilities, I would say. A lot of features from the Z3 is here. You have superior auto, you have manual. Manual, of course, has a lot of options. You can see in the settings here, the resolution is 9MP at 16:9 and 13MP at 4:3. And there is HDR, metering, image stabilizer, and so on. So overall settings, you can see that this is pretty stocked with options, and ISO, as mentioned, can go up to 3200 for better low light photos. We don't know how the performance is like, but it seems really natural. We'll just take a quick sample here and show it to you. So this is the photo of a water tank that I just took, and looking at the details, it seems quite decent. In fact, the processing has been much better than before, and the 13 megapixel unit seems to produce nice details, as you can see in the 100%. And this is a low light situation. This is not like extremely bright. This is pretty good for the 13 megapixel camera. So that was a quick look at the Xperia M4 Aqua. You can see already that the fingerprints are all over the screen. This is one issue that we definitely want Sony to fix. But yes, at least the USB slot is now open, and we can obviously drop this anywhere. So that was a quick look at the Sony Xperia M4 Aqua, a watered down version of the Xperia Z3 in the mid-range. Sony says it has renewed focus, but we'll see what the pricing is like when it launches in India soon. We'll also be getting the review when that's out. So keep watching and let us know what you think in the comment section below.